we're in. We are in. Hi, everybody. It's so great to see you tonight. Hello. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. I'm Christy-Faith, author of Homeschool Rising, that book right behind me. Do I have a copy down here? No, that's the hot mess that I am. Oh, I think I have a copy right here. I am author of Homeschool Rising, podcaster, speaker, educational advisor for over 20 years. I used to advise the parents of kiddos, and the parents were A-listers and billionaires. I worked in Los Angeles. We had a learning center, and I am here tonight to answer any and all questions you have about academics. Even if you're not homeschooling, I'm here for you to answer any questions you have. Let me fix this one. And I'm also here to answer any academic questions you have. I've read thousands of IEPs. We implemented them at our center. So please stop for a minute. If your kiddos are struggling in school at all, stop. Let's talk. How's the year going for you guys? Whether you are homeschooling or not, I'd love to know. I'm trying to get TikTok here front and center a smidge. Welcome, everybody. The questions can start rolling in. And first off, I want to know, if you are a homeschooler, what year are you in? Are you a new homeschooler? Have you been homeschooling under 5 years or over 5 years? I'd love to know that. I also want to know if you are curious, like you're curious about starting homeschooling. I also want to know that, because you are in the right place. Let me tell you, actually, all of you are in the right place, because I mentor hundreds and hundreds of homeschool moms, and I wrote the book Homeschool Rising. For those of you that are just coming in, I'd love to know where you guys are from, what state you are in, how many kids you have. Oops. And I got my coffee. I'm here for the next hour. I got my coffee. And we got Instagram here, right, babe?
We're working on it.
We're working on Instagram. We're working on the hair. Yes, who can say 90s blowout right now? I think I'll leave that little, what do we think? Should we leave that little, what do we call that? The poof? I don't know. So I got my hair done today, and then it was kind of moist outside. So she did really nice curls, and they kind of got a little bit more flat. Hi, everybody. Yes, if you are, I still want to know in the comments. We need to put that one up a little bit on Instagram. Just hold on one second. Don't go anywhere. There we go. That's great. That's great for Instagram. I'm crooked, but we don't care. We're all friends. It'll be fine. So we're actually multi-streaming. You should see my devices over here. So we have Instagram. Hi, welcome. And I can fix the Instagram here. We have Instagram. We have, did I fix it? Oh, I think I did. So we have, who do we have going on here? We have Instagram. Hi, I'm so happy to be here tonight. This is TikTok. Hello. This is TikTok right here. TikTok, say hello to all the screens. You guys get to see it, and all the wires on my floor. So welcome. Let me move this right here. We're getting all situated. And I'm so glad that you're here. Okay, hello. I'm Christy-Faith, author of Homeschool Rising. Please ask me any and all of your academic questions. I'm an academic expert. I am an academic advisor. Over 20 years, I've read thousands of IEPs. If your kids are struggling at all, stop. Let's talk about it. More importantly, though, I am a homeschool advocate. I think there is no better place to educate a child than in a loving home with a motivated parent. So if you think homeschoolers are weird, if you think homeschooling is strange, if you think the parents are controlling or religious wackos or all the kids turn out weird, stay. Will you? Stay. Ask your questions. As long as you aren't mean, I'll answer all of them for you, okay? So come on in. I want to know how your school year is going. Are any of you struggling with curriculum decisions right now? That's what we can talk about. I'm so glad that you're here tonight. Hi, TikTok. I think my hair looks a little bit better on TikTok than it does on... Let's see. I got my hair done today. Oh my goodness. I just got a big thing that says Sharon Fisher, who I know Sharon, you guys. Sharon Fisher is works for BJU Press Homeschool, which we love. Hi, Sharon. I'm so glad you're here tonight. Yay! We are live streaming all about homeschooling, and I am so excited. If you guys don't know this yet, check out my website that has my speaking schedule on it. All the dates and where I'm going to be is on that tab on my website. I would love to be able to meet you guys in person. I'm warning you, I'm a hugger. So just, you need to be forewarned, because I love homeschool moms and I love encouraging you and I love pouring into you, because this job is hard. Where people say we are privileged, I say we are sacrificing, right? Where people say our homeschoolers are weird, I say our homeschoolers are properly socialized. Yeah, you heard that. Properly socialized. Did you know I did research on what a child needs psychologically to be healthily socialized? And there are 13 characteristics, and I was shocked. Can I tell you, I was shocked when I was writing my book. None of those items, none, not a single one, requires a classroom environment. Not a single one. So for anyone who is going to dare come after us and say your kids aren't socialized, you're holed up in the basement, I want to say, get to know a few of us. Honestly, not just the one down the street who happened to be weird that formed your entire opinion, which, yeah, I question your reasoning abilities if you're doing something like that. But let's be honest here. These stereotypes are out there and they're real. And we have to face them. And that's one of the reasons why I'm on social media and I go live, because if the hang up with the socialization, for example, it prevents people from taking the leap, and it really shouldn't, but you just need more information about it. You just need to know what your kids actually need, and then you'll do it, right? And you'll do it. And so anyway, we already have questions. So I'm going to have Scott.
Sharon says, you look amazing.
Sharon.
And she's going to be at IAHE.
Sharon's going to be in Indiana. Oh my goodness. Are we going to have coffee? What are our plans, girl? And okay, so I got my hair done today. Sharon, do you know that I have to get my roots done every 3 weeks because I am gray? I've been doing my hair every 3 weeks since I was 18 because of my grays. But anyway, I was talking to my hairdresser, Justine. Hi, Justine, if you're watching. And we were talking about the 90s blowout side part. And so I was like, let's do it, girl. Let's do it today. And she's like, let's do it. And I said, I'm going to go live tonight. So boom. So anyway, she was motivated and excited to make me look cute tonight on the live. The curls kind of went a little bit flat, but you know what? I'm loving it. I'm kind of liking it. So I'd love your opinions on it. You guys, on your honest opinions, because I don't want to look bad. So my feelings aren't hurt. Like if I don't look good, if my hair's not right, I really want to know. Okay.
Searching for shinies. Teaching reading is so hard.
Yes.
TikTok.
Okay. TikTok. Teaching reading is so hard. How old is your kiddo? What curriculum are you using? We talk about this a lot in Thrive Homeschool Community. I counsel so many moms who are teaching their emergent readers. I'm going to wait for your answer to come back. So, because what I do, you're never going to hear from me, oh, just wait. That's not actually what the science shows. 50 years of research shows that early intervention is better. So that whole better late than early, I'm a hard no on that. It's just not. I've done the research. I've also done the interventions myself, and I know how important it is to intervene early if there is something going on. And you want to know early if there is something like dyslexia, you want to know earlier than later. So one of the things we do in Thrive Homeschool Community, if a mom is struggling or not sure, we go back and forth in the direct messaging. And I figure out, because I know how to ask the questions, I kind of figure out, okay, is this within the realm of typical where we don't need to do anything yet, or do I need to send you to a specialist? And that's one of the things that every single day I'm helping moms with the reading in particular, because literacy is not something to mess with. And yeah, go ahead, Scott.
Karen Sockinson is here.
Karen! Oh my goodness, this is party night. Okay, you guys, Karen, Minnesota, you guys, I'm doing the mom's night out and I am so pumped. I am so excited. And I don't want to give away any secrets because my mom's night out, what we're putting on it's really, really cool. If you live in Minnesota right now, can you let us know? Put in the comments if you live in Minnesota, and are you coming to the mom's night out, and are you telling your friends about it? Because I cannot wait. And actually Minnesota, I hear where the conference is just beautiful. Is that right, Karen? Which platform is Karen on right now? Facebook. Okay, you. Yes. I am on all the platforms right now. I am on Instagram. Hi. TikTok, girls. I am on Facebook. Is Facebook here? Yes. YouTube. And YouTube. Let me take a sip of coffee. You guys, come ask your academic questions. I'm here tonight. I'm here for the next 55 minutes. Yeah, go ahead, babe.
Okay, so searching for shinies. She was the one who we're getting back to.
Okay.
Reading.
The reading.
She's using LOE.
Yeah.
Loses interest if it's too easy or tries to get her brother to do it. She's in Foundations, just turned 6.
Okay, in Foundations, just turned 6. Losing interest. That is a solid program. So I would want to investigate a little bit more. This is good for everyone to hear. So and I love that you are a student of your daughter, by the way. That is quite observant. And that, I often I say this in my talks, where there's smoke, there's fire. You've heard this before. I'm not the first one to say this. Where there's smoke, there's fire. So when we see distraction or disinterest, I am looking at, was this too hard? Was this too easy? What exactly is going on? I also want to make sure your lessons are nice and short. Sometimes I'm a huge believer in being a time-based homeschooler, especially when your kiddo's little, rather than a lesson-based homeschooler. Let me explain what I mean. Charlotte Mason, you guys, was right. In the 19th century, she wrote that when we are teaching our children, the lessons should be short. Their attention spans just aren't where adults are, a lot less, and you want to stop your lessons before they lose interest. Right now, even if that's only 5 minutes, I know that's hard to take, but it actually is okay. We want our kids interested in what they're learning. If they've lost interest, then we've gone a minute too long. And trust me, that does extend. When your kiddos are older and in high school, you can be more of a lesson-based homeschooler, but when they're little, you really want to preserve that wonder. So here's what I mean. Here's a little suggestion that I give in Thrive Homeschool community all the time in terms of being a time-based homeschooler, not a lesson-based homeschooler. Get one of those visual timers. Someone can put, I don't know if Brittany's here on the platforms. You can put I think if you go to my Amazon page, it might be on there. I don't know. But it's any type of visual timer. So not a timer on your phone. The kids can't see those. And then your screen goes black and they don't know where they are. And then they're constantly checking to see how much time they have left. Not one of those. One of those like analog sits on the desk. They see their time going away. And you just ask them, hey, give me your best for this much time. For a kiddo who's 6, it's 10 minutes, maybe 10. And you say, I just am asking for your best for this amount of time. And then you do it and you hold to it. Because something that kids really struggle with is when they can't see the end. They don't see a light at the end of the tunnel. And then, let me know if this is you guys at all, they start to get anxious when stuff's going on a little bit longer because of all the other stuff they have to do with school. And, when is school going to end? And they have their plans. They have their afternoon plans. They want to go out and play. They want to do this. They want to do the other. So it's so important that you are, one, it'll help your day. Your day won't, I don't really want to be teaching anything when I'm trying to cook dinner at night, right? I don't want my homeschool day to drag on like that. So when I made the transition to being a time-based homeschooler, like math lasts 20 minutes, then we're done. Or 50, if your kids are older, 50 minutes, then we're done. I don't care if you do a whole lesson, do 2 lessons. I just want your best effort for this amount of time. Then we're going to go shoot hoops, run around the block, go to the mailbox and back, whatever it is, take a break, then come back and set a timer for the next subject. So that's just a little bit. I don't know you or your daughter, so I don't know if there could be something deeper going on with her reading. But I just thought this is something, because I'm on a live with like thousands right now. So I wanted to make sure that I gave you something that everyone could benefit from, which is when you see that loss of interest, that's the smoke, and find the fire, investigate. And by the way, if you need help investigating further, don't forget that I have Thrive Homeschool Community. It's a nationwide community where I get to mentor you moms every single day. Last night, we had office hours for seasoned homeschool moms. That's for moms who have been they're long haul homeschool moms. It was such a sweet time. And our challenges are a little bit different when we've been homeschooling a long time and we have high schoolers and teenagers, and our challenges are different. And so whether you have a little preschooler and you're just starting the homeschool journey, elementary, junior high, we have office hours, which are live Zooms for you, where you're meeting with me and our mentors and asking your questions live and just getting the community that you crave. So lots of advising, lots of help. You can DM me and the mentors. And so make sure to check that out. Is anyone in here floundering a little bit in their homeschool? Anyone losing steam? I want to know. I want to encourage you tonight. I want to give you some virtual hugs, and the questions can come in. Yes. And okay, so I see that Kendra on TikTok Kendra is special needs support in Thrive. So if you guys see her on the Chit Chatty, I see you on, listen up to Kendra, because she is an amazing mama. She used to be a teacher, a special education teacher in the public schools, turned homeschool mama, and she helps us support the moms who have learners with special needs. Okay, so
Susan over on YouTube.
Susan, hi.
We've been homeschooling for 6 years. We used Abeka Academy DVDs.
Okay.
Do you have any experience with Abeka? We used it for years, but got really burned out.
Yes.
We're switching to BJU Prep for next year.
Yay!
Hopefully, we won't be as stressed.
Okay, I am so glad you're making the change to BJ Press Homeschool. Is Sharon here? Do you see Sharon? What platform is Sharon on?
Sharon's on Facebook.
Okay, Sharon's on Facebook. You're on YouTube. Anyway, I don't know if is there show notes for lives where she can click on? Okay, yeah. Anyway, make sure that you're on. Listen carefully, those of you right now. Okay, make sure you're on my mailing list. Like, go to my website right now. Click on go down, just get on my mailing list, because when companies have sales, I blast my list. So you will know about sales when sales come. Okay? So, but I think you changing from Abeka to BJU Press Homeschool will be a really great thing for your family. So I'm excited that you're looking at it, and I think it's going to be absolutely fantastic. And if you have any questions at all, you can email me, and we will answer any questions that you have. Or if it's a question we can't answer, I'll connect you with someone at BJU Press Homeschool. So we use BJU Press Homeschool for a couple of subjects in our homeschool. It has been one of our best years yet. We use it for science, and we use it for Bible. And then my littlest one we use for language arts and literature. And it's been so absolutely fabulous. So I'm excited for you. I think it's going to be a really good move. Okay. Did that count as this month's host read?
Shannon says...
Sharon, does that count as the host read? Do I have host reads for them or no?
Not tonight.
Not tonight. Okay.
Shannon says, we love BJU. Salty Mom.
Shannon, where?
Shannon on TikTok.
Oh, nice. Oh, good. Hi, Shannon. I just needed my coffee. It's getting a little cold and I need a sip, babe.
Charlene says, how do you sleep drinking coffee so late? I'm so jealous.
It's decaf, but it could be caffeinated, and don't be jealous. I'm not healthy. I drink I put cream in this because that counts as dessert, but normally this is black coffee that I drink all day long. Black coffee. So that can't be healthy, right? I wonder if it has to do with my ADHD brain. Like because I feel like anybody else here, when you have a good cup of coffee, like a nice strong cup of coffee, like I feel like in the afternoons, because hashtag perimenopause, I feel like in the afternoons, my brain's like this. And then when I have coffee, it's like, because I homeschool my kids in the morning and I have to work in the afternoons. So I need my brain to be like, boom, 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 let's go. Anybody else need coffee in the afternoons or drink as much coffee as me?
Kelly's here from Thrive.
Hi, Kelly. What platform?
She's on TikTok.
Hi. Oh.
Salty Mama asks,
she DM'd me and I couldn't help her. She needed a recommendation. I'm so sorry I didn't know anybody for you, babe.
Salty Mama 2, is Acellus a bad program for needing a virtual curriculum?
I have not used it. I'm not familiar with it, but if you need something like I don't love kids who are in front of a computer all day going click, 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 click. So if that's what it is, I wouldn't recommend it. I love this mixture of family, even through a large age span of kids, your day just really being mixed up with, let's do a morning time, let's do a read aloud together, let's transition to math, let's do science experiments now, let's go. And then your day is kind of mixed up and exciting. That's what I prefer. I don't mind, all-in-one curricula options, but you can choose all-in-one curricula options that aren't like click, 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 drone kid at the screen all day. We don't want that because we want our kids to love learning. And also, I feel like when they're doing that, they're not really getting that critical thinking piece that we really want, the Socratic discussions, a book coming alive on the couch. And even if you're not the mom who has the stamina to read out loud for 45 minutes, you can sit on the couch with your kiddos and put it on tape. Literally every book you want pretty much is on tape at this point. It's on Audible. So I'm a big advocate of like a mix-up. Like, be doing different things all day long to keep things fresh. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take a sip.
Rebecca says self-care plus having a 2-year-old.
Yes. Self-care and it's hard. It's hard. I get it.
Tiffany on TikTok says, I'm looking for a curriculum somewhere in between The Good and the Beautiful and Christian Light, 2nd grader.
Okay. Yeah. So what I want you to do, you guys, if you are curious about curriculum, I have a free download with curriculum recommendations. And it is, if you click whatever platform you're on right now, if you click on my face, you can download that. It's on my homepage. It's completely free. Here's the important thing. No one paid to be on my list. No one. These are reputable companies that I would recommend for homeschooling your kiddos. So it's not, there's options on there, but I can honestly tell you any of those options will give your kids a great education. So make sure to grab that download. Just grab it right now, come back on the live. The other cool thing that I have that's free is I have a 5-minute homeschool style finder, and we spend a lot of time making it accurate with programmers. And it's been out for over 2 years now. We have literally not gotten any negative feedback on my homeschool style finder. So if you don't know what your homeschool style is or your homeschool pedagogy, and if you want me to talk about homeschool pedagogies right now, I can. But if you don't know, there are 9. There are 9. Some people say there's 6. There's 9. And you lean towards one of them. You really do. You may not know it yet, but you do. And so you can take my 5-minute homeschool style finder even right now and come back and tell me what your results are. I would love to know. So, and I would love to know if you do know your homeschool pedagogy, put it in the chat. I would love to hear.
Charlene says she can't do caffeine after 1, or she can't sleep.
Charlene?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And then Danica just came in. Awesome.
Danica, where?
I just saw it on someone like blinked, which was pretty cool. Hi everybody. I'm so glad you're here on this live with me tonight. Ask me all the homeschooling questions. Try to corner me. Try to get me to say something I shouldn't say.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, it's so funny. Notifications when someone likes the stream. I've never gotten those before. Was there an update?
There must have been.
Okay. Oh my goodness, I'm getting hearts. Hi, I love the hearts. We've been in the live for a half an hour now. I want to let you know I'm Christy-Faith. I am the author of Homeschool Rising, podcaster, speaker. With all my heart, that there is no better place to educate a child than in a home with a motivated parent. And I'm going to add to that. If your child has special needs, even more so. Like, can I put exclamation points after that statement if your child has special needs? So, because the system just the system was not built for your kid. So in chapter 3 of my book, I go over the history of the compulsory school system. I also do it in my keynote talk. I go over a little bit, we don't need to be like, I don't need to bore people. I don't like to bore people, so I don't go deep into the history, but enough to know this school system was not created for the best interest of your child. At all. A bunch of men, and they were men, a bunch of men didn't sit around a boardroom table and say, what's going to be best for kids? And let's do that. That is not what happened. They don't care. They don't care about our kids. They never have. These were utopians that created the compulsory school system. A lot of them were socialists. At the time, socialism was an experiment. We know a lot about socialism now. Back then, it was new. They did not know the ramifications of what that would look like. And a lot of them, okay, this is weird. Okay, but go with me here because I have a master's degree in history, so you're going to love this. Even the Christians at the time, even people who were faith-based are what we would call post-millennials. I did my thesis on this. Most of the world in the 19th century believed that society was improving and perfecting. Even the faith-based people, this is back then. We don't believe that now. Why? Because we went through a civil war and 2 world wars. That's why. That's why the zeitgeist changed. And it was under those pretenses that our compulsory school system was created for the lower and middle classes. The rich, no, they were still getting their private tutors. Yeah, the compulsory school system was not for the wealthy. So make no mistake. When you are letting your children through the doors of a public school, you are giving up parental rights. Full stop, end of story. And in our country, we still have the freedom to decide how we want our children raised and who we want our children exposed to and what ideas we want their impressionable minds exposed to. Now, that brings me to something else. People accuse homeschoolers of indoctrination all of the time. The school system was literally created to indoctrinate the kids, just not in faith-based ideas. So if you have any other further questions, ask in the chats here. Happy to answer anything about the history of the school system. In chapter 3 of my book, I tried to tell the story in a living way. So my chapter 3 is not boring, I promise. You can go over the history in that and ask any questions you have in the chat. Were there any questions that came up, babe, regarding...
What made you want to start homeschooling?
Yeah, okay, that's a great question. Someone asked, what made me want to start homeschooling? It was becoming a mother. And so here's the thing. I was a little bit of a late mother. Scott and I were married 11 years before we had our firstborn. And I was in my mid-30s, which, we'd already been married a while. And most of our friends already, their kids were already in elementary school. And so when we were having our first, but we started a boutique learning center and consulting firm in Los Angeles. Our clients were A-listers and billionaires. We did everything. We did tutoring, remediation, college counseling, SAT prep, ACT prep, all of it. Okay. I read IEPs every day. I was on the phone with principals and counselors and therapists and psychologists, occupational therapists, you name it. And we were working out. We were like the private answer to the kids' issues that they were having in their public and private schools. Well, we had been doing that long enough and I believed in the system. I was going to put my kids in it when I eventually had kids. Okay. It got to a point where we had been doing this long enough where we had started to see outcomes. And here's the thing with the outcomes we were seeing. These people, when I tell you they were wealthy, like you don't even understand. You don't even understand the level of wealth. There was nothing that they could not provide their children. Their child needed a tutor, done. Their child needed a private soccer coach, done. So wouldn't you think that with all the resources in the world that you could provide, the best private school, the best interventions, the best tutors, the best, wouldn't you think the outcomes would be better? And what Scott and I saw that was really disturbing to us, especially as people of faith, is we saw depressed kids, miserable kids, kids participating in very dangerous behaviors, indicating major issues psychologically. Socially, they were unhealthy, lots of failure to launch. And we're just like, what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing? And Los Angeles is a pressure cooker. So these kids would be at school all day, and then they'd go to their practice, they'd do their coding class or their whatever, come to our center, and then be at our center all night. And the second piece is, one is, what are we doing here? And number two was, where's their childhood? Like, this is kind of sad. Like, is this a dress rehearsal for adulthood, or should these kids be allowed to be kids? And that was a very dangerous question for me to ask, because it led me to research what a childhood needs. What does a child need in their childhood to be raised to be a healthy, whole, happy human? And unfortunately, anyone who's willing to ask themselves that question, the inevitable end is you will question whether or not you want to put your kids in the system. There's no other way around it, because the system literally is the antagonist of what a child needs. A child needs healthy connection with their parents. Well, they're gone 7 hours a day, 5 days a week for 13 years straight. Okay? You want intrinsic motivation. What do the schools do? They slap on grades. They sort kids. They label you as special needs, put you in trailers with special classrooms, right? How does that help with intrinsic motivation? So anyway, that was kind of the awakening that we had. And then when I became a mother, I was like, I cannot put these beautiful children through the system. I'm just not going to do it. And we've never looked back. So that was a long answer, but there it was.
Kate, over on Instagram, are there good curriculums to follow that are free? They're stationed in Japan.
Yes.
And have no regulations to follow.
Okay.
For their kids.
Yeah, there are a lot of free
Kindergarten starting.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there are free curricula options. Grab my my free download curriculum recommendations, and there'll be some free ones on there. Absolutely. Sip of coffee. Hi Instagram. How are you doing tonight? Hi YouTube. Hi Facebook. Hi Chickadee Tockadee. Oh, good. Yes. Someone said, I'm new here and I have a kid with special needs. How can I start homeschooling? Grab my How to Homeschool guide. It's free. It's the 10 steps to begin homeschooling. And then follow me on here and we'll get to know each other and we'll help you through it. It's really scary at first. And then it's, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. And I really do believe that if you have a child with special needs, if you are able to, they really should be homeschooled if you're able. Now, here's the thing. Not everyone can homeschool. I know that, right? And the other thing I want to say is not everyone should homeschool. I mean, there are abusive parents who really shouldn't be homeschooling. With that, most of you, if you stopped on my live, you're probably not one of those because you care to stop. And so with that, I do want to introduce our sponsor for tonight's live, which is the CLT exam. You guys, do you live in a state where it's a testing year, or do you have to test your kids with standardized tests every year and turn them in? We do. This year is a testing year in Colorado where I live. And the CLT test is a fantastic option for homeschoolers. And I want to tell you why. So, we all have the standardized tests, and actually homeschoolers score better on standardized tests, the main ones, than public and private school kids. So this isn't a matter of, I'm not recommending the CLT because of anything like that. But what I love about the CLT is they understand that we homeschool differently. And so they have tailored a test to the things that we care about and the things that we value. So for example, a lot of the standardized tests nowadays, they have agendas in there that are kind of weaved in. The CLT test is agenda free. Also, it measures what really matters to you in your homeschool, like critical thinking, those things that you're valuing very much. That's what it tests on, not the rote memorization stuff that a lot of the other ones do. It can be used as a test that you have to turn in, but also it's a great test to give your kids just on a yearly basis to know how you're doing in your homeschool. That feedback is really important and it's really great and it's helpful. And this is a great company that you can do that with, and you can trust the results. Even if you don't want the results turned in anywhere, you don't have to do that. They can be just for you. I do have to turn mine in. And so you can go to cltexam.com. I wrote it down because I didn't want to get it wrong. It's cltexam.com, CLTEXAM. Maybe someone in Thrive who's on this live tonight can maybe put it in the chat there. It's cltexam.com. But if you use code Christy25, you get 25% off your assessment, which is a really great deal. So if you're going to did anyone reply if they're in a testing state? If you're gonna test anyway, use this one. They're really great and they love homeschoolers. So you're gonna be supporting a company who supports homeschooling. So I encourage you to check them out. If you've never heard of CLT exams, you should become familiar with them and go to their website and poke around. And I think that you'll be pleased to know that there is a company out there that is offering standardized testing for homeschoolers, that they understand it's the only test out there that is built for homeschoolers. So,
I think Katie Cooley.
Yes.
CLT, she put it on.
Oh, thank you, Katie. Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, cltexam.com. And by the way, we love our sponsors. Like, people are often, sometimes people, can I just be honest right now? Sometimes people roll their, oh, here's a sponsor. You guys need to realize, like, I can come on here live for free because of them. I'm so thankful for sponsors, especially ones that I believe in, and I'm very careful to vet. I won't take anybody. The amount of inquiries I get per day, you guys, is insane. And so I'm really unashamed to say that we have sponsors because we need them. To be able to reach you guys for free and to offer you all the free content that I do, the podcast, these lives, all of that, it's because the sponsors make it possible. So I just want you to remember that, like, if you're ever somewhere and you're like, great, here comes the sales pitch, like, just keep in mind you were able to be there for like if you're at a conference, for example, at a very low cost or maybe even free because of those sponsors. So just wanted to share my heart on that. They keep the lights on. Yes.
Okay, so yeah, we got a lot of questions, so we'll get to everybody
as
best as we can.
Tons of questions, no problem. We'll get to everybody we can.
Can't wait to see you speak at North Carolina Homeschool Conference in May.
Yeah, who's in North Carolina?
MK.
Cannot wait.
I don't know, yeah.
Awesome.
And then we got another one. Christy, so excited to meet you at MPE.
Woo! Yeah.
That's Luke.
Ladies' night. Woo! Indiana next weekend.
Lena.
Who's in Indiana? Tell me you're coming. Tell me you're coming. Who's in Indiana? Tell me you're coming. Tell me you're coming. And sit front row so that I'm not so nervous. And then where else? Oh, North Carolina. Oh, HEAV. Anybody here in Virginia? HEAV. Cannot wait. Thrilled and excited. And then sadly, I had to turn 4 conferences down this year because of scheduling conflicts, which is such a bummer because I would have loved to go to everybody. I want to see all of you in person. Oh, Lindsay, you're so sweet. Mwah. I love you. Are you coming to one of them?
Lindsay. Oh, speaking of Lindsay.
Which Lindsay? On TikTok?
Yeah. I love you, Christy. I followed you since 2020.
What, girl?
You've helped me so much. You started us off with our homeschooling, and we're on our 5th year homeschooling.
Oh.
3rd year testing.
Woohoo!
And,
I love that. Can you save that comment for when someone's mean to me?
Yeah. Yes.
Can you like screenshot her comment?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know.
It's amazing.
Oh.
I just want to hug you with gratitude.
Oh my goodness. Can you screenshot that one? You're so sweet. Thank you so much.
Oh, Kendra decided to quit and homeschool because of her.
Oh my goodness, Kendra. I remember you were pregnant with the other one. She's had a baby since. I remember that. Oh, and I have loved getting to know you, Kendra, and everybody in Thrive Homeschool community. I don't think you realize that. I know you think like, oh, Christy, this influencer, this is like a nationwide community. homeschooling. We have a whole hour just for homeschooling littles, so preschool to second grade, another office hours for homeschooling elementary, another office hours for homeschooling teens, another office hours for veteran homeschool moms, so raise your hand, long haul homeschoolers, and then we have yet another office hours for homeschooling kiddos who have special needs. So, and it goes on. We have homeschool huddles in there. We have hobby nights. We have book clubs. I mean, you just gotta experience it. It's like, it's so life-giving. And I just love the connections that we've made in there. And then this year in the conferences, I'm going to be able to meet a lot of the Thrive Mamas in person, which is going to be great. I'm warning you, I'm tall. That's what everybody says when they first meet me, is they're like, wow, I didn't realize how tall you were. I'm tall. So we can get that out of the way now.
Hot Mess Jess says, thank you so much for putting my feelings into words.
Oh.
With your book.
Oh. And I'm a hot mess too, Jess. I love it. Is she on TikTok?
She is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Kelly's nervous.
Oh, that's funny, Kendra. Yeah. Yeah, she's so tall. Yeah. And sometimes I wear heels, and so I'm really tall. Okay, what was the question?
Oh, ABC Mom Tips. Would love a few new engaging friends.
Yeah. Yeah. So I invite you to check out Thrive Homeschool Community. It's not for everybody, and you can just poke around and check and just haunt, or whatever, sneak around and look at our page for a while. There's no pressure. We're just happy as clams in there. And moms join every single day, and it's fantastic. It's just a great experience for homeschool moms. It's what I wish I had when I started. And I started it because of all of the damaging homeschool advice out there by pseudo experts or someone who just decides to make content on Instagram, and her kids are like a baby and a toddler, and then she decides she's going to be a homeschool expert. Like, no shade, but no, like, maybe yes shade. You don't have business advising people on academic issues that have 50 years of research behind them. So one of the reasons why I even went on social media in the first place was frustration with the bad advising out there in the homeschool space. And that's, we make sure there are no pseudo experts in Thrive. We have master classes. It's invite only. I'm very picky about who I invite to teach master classes, and our mentors are absolutely phenomenal. We have a certified parenting coach in there, and I am in there, and Denise is in there. Anyway, it's just a great place. I don't need to go on and on. We have another question. Yeah.
Miss Christoph.
Yeah.
I just want to get my husband on board with homeschooling.
Okay.
I feel in my heart it's what's right.
Yeah.
How would you recommend having that conversation?
Okay, so this is anybody else out there who their spouse isn't totally on board? Let's talk about that for a minute. I think it's an important conversation to have, and it's the conversations that you need to have now because you're planning for next year. So here's what I want to say is that we need to honor our spouses. We need to hear their concerns. Because here's what I know to be true, because I wrote a book on it. Most of the concerns aren't founded in truth. They are stereotypes that aren't true. For example, the socialization, or the missing out on prom, or the missing out on sports. There is nothing your child, if you want to do it, or if your child wants to do it, there is nothing they are going to miss out on when you choose to homeschool. We have everything at our fingertips. But even more than that, the academics, for example, they're worried about academics. Or how are you going to teach algebra? You didn't do well in math. We don't teach algebra if we don't want to. The sourcing in homeschooling, the resources available to us are world class, better than any of even the most elite private schools. So number one, I want to say that we don't want to be disrespectful. We want to honor our spouses, and we want to hear what they have to say, and we want to make a plan and say, you know what? What if I had a plan for each of these items that you're concerned about? Would you consider a change of mind? The other thing important to say is it's not a forever decision. A lot of us think if you homeschool, then it's a forever, right? you could ask for or say, can you agree to maybe we homeschool from fall till Christmas and then reevaluate at Christmas? You can always put your kids back in school. They're not going to be behind, right? Also, you can, and I hate to say it, but it is true. A lot of moms join Thrive for that very reason, so that they can tell their spouses, look, I am under the mentorship of Christy and all of these mentors, and I am getting training, because Thrive Homeschool Community is kind of like getting a master's degree in homeschooling. And so that helps a lot. In fact, Thrive has even been used in, I can't give a lot of details, but in courts, like with divorce situations, to validate the choice. Yeah, not that I don't do court stuff, but I'm just saying that it has been used to say like, no, I'm not a vigilante. I'm under mentorship, and we have a plan, and it's written out, and it's been evaluated by an expert, and da 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 da. So grab my book if you haven't. On Amazon, it's on Prime. Grab my book, read that, and then start there. I think I gave you enough to start with. Anybody else in the comments, did you deal with a spouse that wasn't on board? Can you encourage this mama at all? What platform is she on? Yeah, she's on TikTok. Yeah. And I'd be happy to meet with you guys. I have consultations too. So that can happen. And because we want the spouse on board. We do. And anyway, there's a lot more that I could say, because I deal with this a lot. There's a lot more that I could say, but I think it's important to come to agreements where your spouse feels heard and listened to and honored, because isn't that what you would want, right? And I'm assuming that it's a healthy marriage, right? So there are situations where it's not a healthy marriage and the spouse doesn't want what's best for the kids and doesn't want what's best for you. And then that's a different scenario. But my answer is based on the assumption that you are married to a spouse that wants what's best for the kids and wants what's best for you. And that was what I shared based on assumptions that I made about that, about you being a healthy couple. So, okay.
I think it's Lisa Augusto on Instagram.
Okay.
Mine isn't on board either. So.
Okay. Oh, good. Yeah. So she's on Instagram, but she's same thing. And this one's on TikTok. But I just want you guys to, I don't know, virtually like give each other hugs. Yeah. You're not alone. You're not alone at all. So.
Kate Powell, if we end up homeschooling through high school.
Yes. Girl, do it.
Do they receive a diploma?
Oh, yeah. Easy. Breezy lemon squeezy. We help you with that. It's not hard. I know. And I'm not mitigating it. I have a high schooler. So, but the homeschool transcript thing is, we worry about this. The reality is, here's what I want you to hear first. Colleges are recruiting homeschoolers. Homeschoolers don't drop out of college as much. They pursue and get their degrees. They perform better in college. Statistically, because colleges are businesses, statistically, homeschoolers are a better bet than non-homeschoolers. So colleges are recruiting homeschoolers. They know how to think. They know how to reason. They're generally good students. They know how to study. They know how to write, and they know how to read. So next is there's all sorts of ways to create your transcripts. That's something that we help with in Thrive. You can get transcript templates on Pinterest. There's all sorts of ways to do it. Don't let that freak you out or stop you at all. There are some things that I like to advise parents to make sure they're doing when they're starting high school. You really do want to have a somewhat of a coursework plan. You kind of want to have the idea if this child is college bound or not, because you don't want doors to close on your child. I'm a big believer in preparing them as if they are going to college, even if you don't think they are. So listen up, because I don't think college is for everybody, okay? But I do believe that we should homeschool in such a way where if they do want to go to college, that doors aren't closed or they don't have to scramble to get coursework when they're 21. Because here's the thing that I know to be true. I've known so many kids who were homeschooled and I'm not going to college. They go into something else. They turn 20, 21, they change their mind. So I'm a huge believer in making sure that transcript is tight and your kids are well prepared and you've done a really good job It's not rocket science. It's not hard to do. You just need to do it. So, yeah. Yeah.
Retries. You've been patient over there on Instagram.
Yeah, you've been patient. Okay.
What's a good curriculum for elementary school?
So, yeah. So,
she's in Maryland.
Okay, awesome. Great. So I have a free download that's my curriculum recommendations. So click my face wherever you are, whatever platform you're on, click my face and then grab that download. So no one paid to be on my list. These are my professional recommendations. If you choose any one of those items, any one of those curricula options on my list, your child will be getting a great education. So go ahead and grab that free download.
Aaron Davis is here.
Aaron, where?
Facebook and...
2 platforms, girl. I love it.
I think she was somewhere else.
Aaron, can you comment? Aaron helps run our homeschool huddles, which, Aaron, I'm so sorry. I forgot to post in Thrive the hour before the huddles started. I'm so sorry about that. I meant to apologize.
Oh, she says Facebook is glitching.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Anyway, she runs the homeschool huddles, which is okay. Let's see who's on here. I can't touch the others, but I can TikTok right now. Oh, good. Okay. So you are in a healthy marriage. Okay, good. I think it's going to go just fine. And reach out to me. Oh yeah, you guys, I want you to know that we check every email. So if you ever have any if you're homeschool curious and you're like, how should I handle this with my husband or anything, email us. I literally exist to help you. My calling is to help you. So don't ever hesitate to, even if you think the question's dumb, it's not dumb. These are real questions that people have. So email me if you have any further questions after this live or something pops into your head and I'm already gone. Just email me and we'll get back to you. Yeah.
Becca thinks your hair looks great.
Becca. I don't know her, but she's my best friend. Where is she?
I don't know. Becca from Thrive, maybe?
My Becca?
I think so.
Which platform?
TikTok.
Becca. Okay, so I went to Justine today because you girls know that I have to, you can tell I went today because you can tell it's a little, the dye. But I have to go every 3 weeks. It was funny because I was Voxering a friend and I was like, oh, I'm running into my hair appointment. And she Voxered back. She's like, oh, how fantastic. Enjoy your time or whatever. And it's like, that's not what my hair appointments are like. My hair appointments are like Justine gets in there, blah, 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 right? Because I have to go every 3 weeks. I don't have to go. I want to go every 3 weeks because I'm not ready to go gray. And I know gray is fine. I'm not ready. Don't get on me. I can't right now. I want to stay a brunette for a little while longer.
Sylvia said she just started a co-op at her church last week.
Oh, nice. Oh, Sylvia, that's awesome. Can we give her hugs? That's fantastic. Is she on, what platform is she on?
TikTok.
Yay. Oh, I'm so happy for you.
Juanita, also on TikTok. Hi from Dallas. I need your help. Emailing you. You've
Okay.
been a blessing. Thank you.
Yes, email me. Yep, I'll be looking for it. Anybody else emailing me tonight? I'll be looking for it.
Somebody else just ordered your book from Amazon.
Okay, good. Yes.
Would I get all the information I need from your book?
What? I don't know what information you need. Being in my ecosystem, I can tell you that you will get all the information that you need. Being on this corner of the internet, yes. I don't know what my book, I mean, I don't know what she needs. Did she say? I'd love to tell her now. So she doesn't, I don't want her to buy my book if it's not going to help her.
For homeschooling, so.
Yeah, so my book is not a how-to. So.
What is it?
It is Shattering Myths, Finding Courage, and Opting Out of the School System. It's it's an apologetic. So it explains why the school system fails children. It goes into the history of compulsory schooling, but it also shows you how and why homeschooling is the better option for your kids. I go into deschooling at the end and what that is. And so it's meant for, Yes, it's meant for new homeschoolers, right? When you need it, but it's also for people who have been homeschooling a while and they need encouragement. Maybe you have a lot of naysayers in your family and you don't know how to answer their questions and it's getting exhausting. This book will help you. Maybe you've been homeschooling a while and it feels like Groundhog Day and no one's really excited. This book will help you because it'll help you kind of awaken to, wait, maybe I can make some changes. So yeah, it's on Amazon Prime. I don't know what the price is right now, but.
Hot Mess Jess, I want to share this book with everyone who questions me and says, well, why do you homeschool still?
Oh my goodness. Is she the one that said the book helped her?
Yeah.
Okay. Jess, will you email me tonight? I'm going to send you a book plate. So it's so that you can have a signed copy of the book. So email me tonight and say, this is Hot Mess Jess. Hello, Hot Mess Christy. This is Hot Mess Jess. You said that I could get a book plate and I'll do it tomorrow and I'll put it in the mail for you tomorrow. And then you'll have a signed copy of my book.
Lizzie says,
So.
How do we email you? Through the chat box?
No, through my website. So just go to click my face and go to Christy-Faith.com and you can email me there. Yeah. So yeah, if any of you listening tonight, if you have my book and you don't have a signed copy, email me. I'll send you a book plate. I'll even send one to your mother-in-law. Thank you for supporting Hot Mess Jess in her homeschooling. Your support is invaluable. I've done that. I've done some in-law signings. Yeah.
Brand X. I've been homeschooling for 9 years, but I'm really nervous about homeschooling high school.
Oh, girl, join Thrive. Girl, do it with us. We got you. Awesome. We have a Zoom every month just for homeschooling teens. This is the type of thing that we talk about. So, and there's really cool trainings to come in our master classes on transcripts and high school. And I can't reveal a lot of secrets yet, but there's some really cool things coming in Thrive. So, all right. I'm getting tired, babe. Are the questions keeping coming?
We're good.
Okay. Are we going to watch Lost or Seinfeld to wind down?
Seinfeld. I gotta go to bed.
Seinfeld? Yeah. Alrighty. I love you guys. I will see you wherever. Here. I'll see you in my book. I'll see you in Thrive. I'll see you on Instagram. I'll see you on TikTok. I'll see you on Facebook. But just know, or I'll see you in person at one of the conferences. Just know that I love you. I care about you. And I'm here to support you. Okay? So that's it. I think we'll go. It'll take me a while to click the buttons, but I'll say bye to TikTok first, and then I'll get over to Instagram.